Welcome, friends, to Disneyland Conspiracy Theories. These are the topics that Disney doesn't want you to know. A lot of good men and a few ladies may not make it to the 30th because of releasing this information. We are at a fever pitch, a fandom. We need to know this information. And today, we will break this information down starting at 5 minutes after the hour so everybody can show up. How's everybody doing today? Oh, man. It's such an exciting time to be a fan. It's such a stressful time to be a fan. Today, we're going to do some conspiracy theories. We're going to break down. We're going to go deep undercover. We're going to have to wear disguises so that we can break down this information that Disney doesn't want us to know. But before we get to that, starting at our 5 minutes, I like to say hi to everybody. Andrew, what's up? Joshua, what's up, bud? How you doing? Yeah, I can't believe you made the beginning either. The first couple of minutes where I just stalled time like every other live streamer. Daphne, Kelly, Caitlin, David, Andrew, Nikki, Ross Loves Disney. What's up, bud? Good to see so many people over there ready for these conspiracy theories. But first, I'm going to drop a little announcement, okay? This is what I got planned for you folks. Currently, the channel is at like 7,250-ish subscribers. When we get to 8,000, I'm dropping a diss track by Brickey Blouse. Skip the Skipper, my diss track for the Jungle Cruise. 8,000 subs, diss track coming in probably 4.5 months. What's up, Drop Dead Red? How you doing, bud? Good to see you. Cute Latin guy. All right, he showed up. Now we're ready to start. Now we're ready for our stream. Kimberly, what's going on? Yeah, JT, good point. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Come on now. So much hate, Andrew. So much hate. RIP Trader Sam. What's up, Scott? How you doing, bud? Good to see you over there. I always start the news at 5 minutes in to give everybody time to show up. Ethan, you on board with that diss track? Q Latin guy. Universal Studio reservations was a hoot. Took me 11 hours. Wow. Then that means by the ratio of good, then Disney one should take you about 33 hours. What's up, Veranda? How you doing? Good to see you here. Tommy, what's up? Daphne, how you doing, bud? This is like the X-Files. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of breaking the cloak. The cloak of fandom mystery. Oh, man. Amanda K, what's up? How you doing? Brandon says, yo, new to the channel, but love the content. Keep crunching it, my guy. Oh, I appreciate that, bud. Well, if you subscribe, then we're closer to our Skip the Skipper diss track, where I'm going to start a fight with the Jungle Cruise. Ethan, I predict Brickey Blouse going platinum first week. Oh, I wish. Bob says getting Diz tickets is going to be whack. You think? The anticipation is already driving me nuts. Break down the walls like old Chris Jericho. Break down the walls. All right, let's get started on today's topic. So friends, why no ticket announcements? This is driving. Oh, Brandon subscribed. We are closer. We are closer to Skip to Skipper, the 8,000 sub diss track, a new track by Brickey Blouse coming back into the studio. It's going to be a hot track. Okay, let's get into this. Why no ticket announcements? We have taken spies and planted them all over the Disneyland Resort. And I'm sad to report that we've lost a lot of good men and a couple of okay women. But I'm telling you right now, we have tried to figure out why. Why no ticket announcements? You were so fast, Bobby Chapstick. This one goes to Bobby Chapstick. You were so fast to tell us April 30th, end of April. You were so fast to tell us when the party started. How do we get to the party? Why are we treating Disneyland like a rave in the 90s? This is insane. Okay. Today, 25 days away today. 25 days away. That means that whenever they announce it, it's going to be a couple of days away. This is going to be a very, very tight window, a super tight window. And in fact, if you remember a couple of 11th hours ago, I think going back 2 episodes, I threw out a projection of if they did a 30-day window, a month's notice to book hotel rooms, to get babysitters, to take days off of work. If they did a 30-day window, it's past, it's gone. If they were to then go up to the medium tier, a 21-day window, it's past, it's gone. These windows of time are already closed. Which brings me up to my third theory, which is the Touch of Disney window theory. This is the last one in play, and this was the most comparable because this was the only event that we'd ever seen Disney launch in the middle of a global pandemic. This is how Touch of Disney rolled out. Touch of Disney tickets went as follows. They announced it on February 24th. Tickets went on sale March 4th. The event opened March 18th. And by the way, I'm streaming there every Thursday. So make sure if you subscribe to ring the bell so you can catch our live streams because they've been really, really fun the last 3 weeks. But this is what this looks like laid out onto a calendar. They announced Touch of Disney 22 days from the event opening. Tickets went on sale 8 days after that announcement, 14 days from the event. So if we're going to follow the way that they handled Touch of Disney, 25 days of walking around one of the parks with just food, no attractions, in my estimation, a much less complicated system to roll out. This is what it would look like laid out on a calendar. If we take Touch of Disney, what happened there, roll it out into a calendar, applying it to April 30th as our end date. Do you see what I just did? I just illuminated the 7. Oh, I'm getting good at the weatherman point. I just illuminated the 7 on the calendar. That means by the 7th, if we don't hear a ticket announcement, they are going tighter than Touch of Disney, which is insane. Which then would mean that next week, the 13th and the 14th, the tickets would go on sale. So why? Why no ticket announcements? Well, it's time, friends, to get into our conspiracy theories. But first, I have to see what data do you have in the chat. Can we get a taste of that track, Brickey? Yeah, at 8,000 subs and not one sub before. And if I release the diss track and I fall back to 7,999, I'm stopping the stream right in its place. Only 8,000 and 8,000 forward can you hear Skip the Skipper, a new diss track by Brickey Blouse. Sick Brickey Blouse. Verendon says, prediction, announcement April 14th. Tickets and reservations go on live April 20th. One problem with that. Well, hold on, let me check the calendar before I tell you you have a problem. No problem with that. That could work. Your theory could work. How much do you think tickets will cost? More than $150? No, they're not going to raise the prices. I believe the ticket pricing will be very similar to when the park closed. That's what everybody believes. It would not be a good look to price gouge. I do not believe you will see like a crazy significant influx in ticket pricing. I would be surprised. Larry says, after Touch of Disney, dude. Okay, so let's roll that out. If they waited till Touch of Disney to completely pass, that would mean they would announce on the 27th, right? Hold on, let me see here. This week is 17th, next week the 14th. Touch of Disney wraps up on Monday the 19th. So they would announce that they're going to sell tickets on the 20th, and then they would sell a ticket on the 27th, 3 days before the park opens. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? Larry, have you lost your mind? Or has Disney lost their mind? All right, let's go into the abyss. Let's go into the conspiracy theories. Could it be the reason why we have no tickets? Disneyland is not ready to open. Could it be upper management forced a date into the calendar, not knowing or not caring that the troops on the ground were not prepared to open? Could it be the reason why we don't see a date is it's being a little bit more difficult than they thought to bring back all the cast members, to get everyone trained, to get everything ready? Could it be simply they don't have confidence in their opening date? Thoughts? Is this insane? Could it be? Jen says maybe they're waiting to see how high the capacity will get as numbers plummet. There are also a lot that have had tickets for over a year. We just need to make a reservation. Oh, tickets caught in the abyss. That does complicate things, doesn't it, Jen? But I'm not the crazy one. I'm not the crazy one here. Bobby Chapstick's the crazy one here, right? Six Flags rolled out last week. Not too smooth. Mikey Steen says, I think they're waiting for 100% capacity. Now, Viridena, I'm not saying they won't open on the 30th. I'm just saying maybe they're not ready. Maybe they're not ready. And now I'm going to go through a series of things they could not be ready. Larry says they've been ready since last July. Oh, but have they, Larry? Have they? Let's talk about that. Last July, they were going to open. California said no. In that span of time, do you know how many cast members have probably found other employment? Once they got furloughed, once they were not able to make a living off of the money that they were getting from unemployment, even with the stimmy checks, it could be possible that they lost a lot of their workforce. In fact, Mice Chat Today, which is a very reliable website, put out in their article, their great weekly update they do every Monday, that they've been having a hard time keeping touch of Disney fully restaffed because cast members just aren't showing up and they're saying they're going to be there and then not making an attendance. So it's not insane to think that this could be a manpower problem. I mean, you put your life on pause for a year and then suddenly you're expected to just come back and show up. It could be possible. All right, next theory. Could it be the reason why we have no ticket announcement? They do not have a new ticketing reservation system ready. Could it be that? Could it be that simply they want to take our tickets? They're ready to take our tickets, but they have not fully deployed an operational reservation system. This would be insane because they've already been able to do this in Walt Disney World. Simply say, hey, we're going to ship you a couple of hard drives. Do you think you could move those files onto our hard drives, ship them back to California, and then we'll upload them to our website? Now, I know I'm being funny and oversimplifying that, but do you believe that it could be that the new ticketing reservation system is complicating things? Your thoughts? Fredolus says cast members with side gigs as nannies not wanting to take a pay cut to come back to work. Ooh, burn! Employment wage burn. Such a sick burn. Mouse Vibe says cast members got called back for this Friday for ticketing, and a friend of ours said it'll be this week. I hope your friend doesn't pay the consequences for passing on that information because these are rabid, crazy conspiracies. David says, yes, could be possible unless they use craptastic Touch of Disney system again. Are they working on improving the Touch of Disney ticket system? How did he make the slide so fast? How did I know what you were going to say? How did I make the slide? Conspiracy theory. Do I know what you're thinking? Yes, I do. Could it be that Kiewit dropped the ball so hard that they're like, we have got to figure something else out? The demand for Touch of Disney, the demand for Disneyland. I can't even fit it in the screen. The mega wide lens is not wide enough to fit in the demand. Could they say, cue it, you've got to improve your system? Or could they be looking for another partner? Or could they be taking Disney dollars and making their own virtual queue system? Your thoughts? Micheke says, no matter what, the system will break down every time. Micheke, I don't think you're wrong. The demand will be overwhelming. The Disneyland fans will come in and out of nowhere trying to secure all of the reservations and tickets possible. Mouse Vibes, we called it touch of anxiety. I'm going to call this touch of aneurysm. I'm going nuts over the ticketing. Yes, Amanda K. Brickey's in our heads. Now, my question for you is this. Ross Loves Disney. Was the D23 Expo reservation system better than the Touch of Disney system? Thoughts? Ross of Disney. Were we in a global pandemic then? Were people so starved and hungry to get back inside of the magic that they would do anything, quit their job, not go to work for a day, hang out on the internet, trolling, refreshing browsers, multiple devices, all trying to secure tickets? We have entered in to Disneyland apocalypse. Everybody is ready to fight for whatever little bit of entrance they can get. These tickets will be crazy. Mouse Vibes, you're the best. We love your channel. Mice Vibes, what's the matter with me? Why am I so crazy? Why is this driving me so crazy? USA says it's going to be insane. And I say, you're right. It's going to be crazy. Maybe we're working on a way where only California residents can purchase. I want to point this out about California residents only. That is not a Disneyland rule. That is a state of California rule. And unfortunately, we are really, really close to getting to the yellow tier. Now, that's a good thing, but unfortunately for all of our out-of-town friends, under all these tiers, you're not allowed to come back. So that's a California thing, not a Disney thing. I've seen people giving them shade over that topic, and they can't control it. And to this, I would say to you, I know a lot of people are like trying to sneak back in. Well, if my friend buys a ticket and I happen to live in Oregon, then that wouldn't hurt me getting in. Let me tell you this. If you go in and you break the law, if you break Disney code of conduct, if you're not a citizen of Disneyland and you go in there and you're not a California resident and you get busted, you may risk a ban from the park. So let me ask you this. Would you be willing to bet a ban on getting in there 90 days sooner? I would not. Always be a citizen of Disneyland. I'm never getting my citizenship revoked. Daphne, this is the Disneyland apocalypse. You think I'm making a joke? You think I'm trying to be funny here today? No. I've already said too much. I can hear him out in my front yard. Kenny Pot Rocks has sent a level of troops over. Brickey's going too deep into the dive. Is there any strategy for a tighter window? My question to you is this. Could there be any foreseeable benefit to saying, tickets on sale Friday? Psst, we just put the tickets on sale. Can you think of any possible strategy for making it a tight window? I can't. I've thought about it because it doesn't even take down the anxiety. It would spike it up. It would make it more intense, more crazy. I can't figure out any strategy in going this tight of a window. Mouse Vibe says maybe they take this long because Disneyland fans are a little bit more diva than other fans. Well, Disneyland fans do love to complain. I'll give you that one. David says capacity available. Oh, they're waiting to see how much capacity is available so they know how many tickets to put up on sale. That is the only thing that kind of makes sense. Who said that? Was that the head? Did somebody write that or was that the voice in my head? David said that. David Schner. David, I think you're right. The only thing that they could be doing is going, we want to know what tier we're in so we sell as many tickets as possible. You think they're, Larry says waiting to get the higher capacity, waiting to get more people in, waiting so they can say, let's put another 10,000 in there. Because as I showed in videos earlier, they're going from one percentage to the other percentage could mean the difference And over what was the number that I ran? Like $24 million a month gross revenue? I'm going over to the insiders. I'm going over to Club 1313 in the Fast Pass. I see some comments over here. John says, despite being 86 and high priority, Donald has refused to get the vaccine and he hates needles. And now they're waiting on meeting with Mickey to convince him to get it. Is it Donald once again holding up everything? No, it can't be Donald. It can't be Donald doing this to us. But could they be trying to finalize the new membership program? Could it be they're trying to finalize the new membership program? You'll remember this. When they said to Disneyland president Kenny P. Rocks, when do you think you'll have an annual pass program ready? He said, if you were to tell me that it would be months from now, I would like to tell you that we'll be ready. But if you were to tell me it would be tomorrow, unfortunately, we wouldn't be ready. Did the state of California surprise Disneyland? Did they spring onto them what they had wanted the most a step too soon? Are they in the middle of a membership program, not quite completed with it? Are they rushing to get the membership program done so they could do Kenny P. Rock's dream of reopening with legacy pass holders able to purchase a new item? After all, our membership, our legacy pass expires around the time that the park reopens. And all they have done since they announced that they are sunset the annual pass program, all they have done is try to play nice, trying to keep us under their mouse control. Could it be? West Coast Avenger says, making sure that Orange County stays in the orange tier. The cases went from 80 to 86 to 240 over the past 3 days. Not cause a freak out, but it made me nervous / don't curse on here. This is Disney content. Nikki Lasagna says, as much as I want to say yes, I think it's highly unlikely. Nikki, you have got to believe. Have you guys seen a documentary called Elf? You've seen the documentary called Elf. At the end, everybody is singing, but Santa can't quite get his sleigh to take off in the air. And you know why? Because everyone wasn't singing. So Nikki Lasagna, are you going to be the doubter? Are you going to be the one that keeps the membership program away because you simply can't believe that the magic would come back? Joe Frog says, Legacy Pass 2.0. Ethan says, they would make so much more money up front with the membership offering. So much more. I like that you wrote it twice, like how I talk and double talk. Larry XRP says, Disney want that big membership dough? Cynthia says they want the steady revenue. My question for you is, what is the difference between an annual pass and a membership program? What could be the difference? Why would they get rid of a suspected 1 million customers, giving them lots of money monthly and annually? Why would they get rid of such a feather in their pirate's cap?
Well, Brickey, the park was overrun with annual pass members. Nobody could have fun from out of town anymore because there was too many annual pass holes taking over the park.
They don't care about that. Their goal is 100% capacity. Their goal is to fill the park and to fill their with revenue. What's the matter with me? So they can move to Texas Breeze. The moving to Texas rumor was peak 2020 insanity.
I heard from my friend that they're moving Disneyland to Texas.
You and your friend are both idiots. I'll put you on a raft, send you out in the rivers of America, and set you on fire. I don't think you guys can handle the rest. I don't think you can handle the rest of this information. How could a membership program be different than an annual pass? I'll tell you when I see some likes start happening on this video. All right, here it is. To simplify, an annual pass is agreed an amount of money for unlimited visits inside of a predetermined window of availability, okay? So with the annual pass, you give them money for one of 5 different tiers of laid out access to the park inside of the windows that you agree upon. Okay? That's how an annual pass works. Simply, you pay once, show up whenever you want, as long as you're allowed to show up. You can come and go every day. Disney doesn't know if I plan on going today. They don't know if I plan on going tomorrow. I come and go because I've paid for it. I own all of those days. I Huang says reservation system to manage crowds. Also, membership could bundle in discounts to other Disney products and services. A membership program would be different than an annual pass in that, think Costco. And I hate putting Costco and Disneyland in the same sentence. I hate going to Costco. In fact, no longer a member. Now that I know that you can order groceries online, they're a member and they bring me the Costco items. The way that it would work is you would pay an annual rate. This is my idea. I have thought about what is the difference between a pass system and a membership. How could a membership work? Why do they keep focusing on the word membership? So I try to really break down, if you were to redesign this, how could it be different? This is all just a working theory or working conspiracy theory. Oh, I got to say this fast because Chapstick is going to be here any day now to shut me down. This is my YouTube channel. This is never happening. Skip the Skipper is never happening. I'm never making it to 8,000 subs because they will shut me down today. Bye. It was nice knowing you all. The way it would work is you would pay an annual rate for access to reduce ticket prices on select days. Now, before you get upset about this, consider this. If you could give Disney $700, $1,000 to know that every time that you went, tickets that are $110 or $150 might cost you $50, $75 a visit. Would you be willing to pay to be a member to where you could then purchase tickets at a less than face value rate? You'd have to run the numbers. You'd have to crunch the numbers to see if this works. I Huang says Disney can use Disneyland memberships to get their best Disneyland fans embedded in other areas of Disney. You're not wrong, I Huang. You're skipping ahead. And it makes me wonder, I Huang is the deep state. Kick him out, Jeff. Kick him out. Ban him. Ban him from the chat. He's the deep state. He's in here. He knows too much. David Hollicon says the new membership will be for discounts for food and merchandise. Maybe a 2-for-1 ticket deal. Nothing more. You can't listen to him. He's negative. Can't listen to David Hollicon. He's here to rip out all of our pride and joy. He's the reason why in the documentary called Elf that Santa couldn't fly, because David Hollicon was in the back being like, I'm not going to sing. I don't believe Santa Claus come to town. North Lord says horrid. Jamie says nope. Larry XRP says with parking. You'd be able also to purchase tickets for family and friends. Remember when they sent out the brochure that asked all the questions? They had so many different things in there that an actual annual pass system that included all of these things would be astronomical as price compared to the last annual pass. So the strategy would either need to be that the annual pass is going to be so expensive that we price out over 50% of our previous APs, or we're looking at the pricing different and that maybe all of these a la carte things are items that you add on to your membership, where your membership entitles you, or gives you the availability to say, I want to buy reduced tickets. I want to buy tickets for family and friends. David Hollicon says, $50, haha, good luck with that. What's so funny about that, David? If you were to pay for a rate and then to pay for tickets cheaper than everybody else, tell me, I don't see the joke, David Hollicon. West Coast Avenger says, what great for Disney is Godzilla/King past the litmus test? You're not even talking about what we're talking about. Get out of here, Godzilla movies. Veranda says, maybe the membership program would be something like pay $1,400 a year, you'll get 12 tickets and parking. Now, I think you're onto something. I think that there could be a possibility where the ticketing, the annual pass program, would give you X amount of free visits, a discount for other visits, a way to add on other tickets for different pricing structures, all because you're a membership. You have bought into the program. Therefore, you're entitled to get these different resources added into what you purchase for. You would also be allowed to buy, maybe, tickets for your blockout date. So if you really, really want to... David's like, I believe Santa Claus is coming to town. I love you guys. You guys are so fun to bus around with. Would you be allowed... One of the things in there was like, would you want blockout date tickets? Now, a lot of people thought of this was like, well, normally I can't get in between the 2 weeks around Christmas, but maybe a blockout would be what Verduranda said, where you get X amount of tickets a year, you could purchase other tickets. Or if you are not allowed to get reservations in certain days, if you have a certain level, you could purchase those. I'm trying to wrap my brain around that big, huge survey. If it were to go in a more a la carte system, if we were paying for different things, checking boxes, would it work? Like, could we add, I want a big shopping discount. I want parking. I need these a la carte upgrades. Therefore, my pass is structured in a way that's so much more different than, say, my friend Jeff Pike. Thank you for being my admin today. Caitlin Collins says, now that sounds like a true membership, like ours, what we have with the Neon Museum. Very similar layout. Interesting, Caitlin. Thank you for sharing that. My friend Striana says, I don't remember the questionnaire because I don't get their emails. Neither do I. Neither do I. But the idea would be, you could buy whatever it is that you think that you need. All of that obviously costs more money. But could the annual pass membership have been too much access, but a membership program would give them the proper balance and also weed out some people? Because one of the things you possibly could get would be access to reservations, dates that regular ticket buyers can't access. So let me work it to you this way. Whenever they put out for Disneyland reservations for a day at the park, because our park is designed so different than Walt Disney World, because we have so many locals that go to the park, would it be possible that by being a member and paying my $1,000 a year for cheaper tickets and more discounts, would it be that I find it easier to get a membership or to get a reservation? So the reservation is the one part I have a hard time figuring out for a membership program. How could they make the memberships or the membership program members, how could they make us, assuming that we signed up for it, how could they make the reservations work more in our favor? That's the one part I'm having a hard time wrapping my brain around, unless somehow it was easier to get reservations as a member. Unless somehow as a reservation member, it was easy for me to hold several reservations at once. Because one of the big things on the survey was, how many reservations would you need to carry in what window of time? Nikki Lasagna says maybe they're trying to figure out the a la carte system, and that's why it's taking so long. Brandon says, what about different tiers to the membership? More money, more park passes. Brandon, I think you're totally right. I think that there will be, the pass survey that they sent out was so robust in the options that it offered that there will definitely be different scales. And one of those could be a lower membership, or the membership program could essentially, like, the more you put in, the less you pay per visit. Or the more you put in, the more free tickets you get, and the cheaper it is outside of your free tickets. Almost think of this as DVC, but for the parks, right? Where essentially your membership gets you a certain amount of park points. And inside of those park points, you can use them however you want to, but because you're a member, you also have the ability to buy more outside of your park points. Crazy? Yeah, I think so. Why Disney would love this is it would keep annual revenue coming in from guests, right? If they were to do a membership program, and if the membership program would launch on day one, I'm buying it, right? I'm buying it. Now, I'm an extreme fan. I also am a middle-aged married man with expendable income and no children, so it's within my budget. And I also have a YouTube channel until I get shut down because the Illuminati knows I'm saying too much. I'm saying too much today. Oh my God, I can't believe how much I'm saying today. I think I just saw a tram pull up in my yard, and there are cast members surrounding. Yep, Disney security surrounding my home. I got to go fast. This is getting shut down big time. But what this would allow for them to do is this would allow them to keep that revenue coming in. But in many other ways, it solves a lot of other problems. Richard says, like the park points option, like DVC, manage crowds. Richard Davis, are you in my head? You know what I'm doing next. Richard, I'm talking to you, only you. How do you know what I'm going to say next? Was there a knock at the door? Did you hear it? SoCal Magical Express says, it's too confusing. Annual passes are better. Those days are done, man. Those days are done. I know this is confusing. I know we want to go back to where we came from, but we can't go back. You can't go back. The world has changed. The demand has changed. Disneyland is a very specific park with very specific needs. And I know SoCal Magic Express, all I want to do is click my heels and be back in Kansas. No, not really. Kansas sucks. I just want to click my heels and be back on Main Street in 2019 at 7:59 a.m. with my mobile device in my hands, waiting to get my Star Wars Galaxy's Edge boarding group. Got one. Boarding group 44. May the fours be with you. We can't go back to those days. Those days are gone forever. In those days, Disney would have given us 30 days heads up of when tickets go on sale. Man, we're 25 days away. We have no idea, no indication. We're lost at sea. What this also allows for Disney is it would make repeat visiting more affordable for guests. The reason why Disney wants repeat visiting more affordable for guests is because the local crowd makes up a significant amount. And when I say local, the annual pass program, really, I've come to being defined and learned from all of you. The local is like state, regionally. You know, there are a lot of hardcore pass members that live in Arizona, that live in Nevada, that live up in Washington and Oregon. It's not just, folks like me that live 13 miles. Oh God, they've infected me with the disease. been infected. I've been infected, guys. They have spread a virus over to me. My days are numbered. I'm never making it to the 30th. But repeat visiting makes it more affordable for us to go. When we go, we spend more money. And how cheap it is to go determines how much money we spend on our revisits. Gross. Thank you for the bless yous. I'm infected, guys. I'm not making it to the 30th. I'm telling you right now. Starting to feel a little weak here, guys. I think Disney is slowly fading me away. I got to get this to you. I got to get this information to you as fast as possible because they're slowly cutting my signal off. I'm fading down. I'm fading down next to nothing. Remember me, not as Pepper's ghost, Brickey, but as the man that used to sit in this studio and give you guys all the news. I hope you guys are having fun with all this. But what it really does is we all know that one of the big problems with the annual pass program was the crowding of the park. So if I knew that I had to buy a ticket per visit, it would make me more responsible per visit. Just the idea of $10 parking at downtown Disney affected the crowds that were willing to go to downtown Disney. It's a game of financial chicken. If it costs me $30, $50 on top of my program to visit, you would maybe think about, do I need to go? Just a little bit of hesitation brings the attendance down just a little bit, but pushes forth the revenue stream. I don't feel so good, Mr. Chapstick. Mr. Chapstick? I don't feel so good, Mr. Chapstick. I feel like my legacy pass is going away. Mr. Chapstick, I feel like I'm fading out as a customer. Hello? Knott's Berry? Did I misspell responsible? Yeah, okay. Federalist, you made a typo, Brickey. Come on, man. Get off my case. I just love people like Federalists who are just always waiting for you to make a mistake. So I misspelled responsible, right? It's a typo. You did it. You did it. You did it. But this would help control attendance. Taking it down to controlling each visit would help control attendance, which has been one of the biggest problems that they've had with the annual pass system. Your thoughts? I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. I just tried my hardest to think about how could a membership program be different than an annual pass. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I ultimately hope that it doesn't happen. I want something as close to what I had back in 2019, but I would love to know what your thoughts are. Manny the Savage says, I'd say something like the Six Flags Pass. So show up with a Coke can and you get $10 off. Buy one ticket, go to Disneyland all year long. Is that what you're saying? I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm going to head over to my Club 1313 members over in the Fast Pass line. See some activity over there. Scully Girl says what I feel. I'm down for whatever. It'd be very hard to price me out. I'm kind of in that same category as well. Coco Loco 1315 says, I'm nervous to see what their new membership offering will be. I miss how the AP was set up and the ability to have Max Pass attached manually. Yeah, it was nice, right? We had something really, really good. Brickey has the Rona when I was sneezing. Am I curable? Only thumbs up can cure me. Only new subscribers to the channel can cure me. Only super chats can cure me. Let's see here. I consider locals for Disneyland to be west of the Rockies. There you go. Bree says, what do you think about the magic would be if you were able to get 24 visits a year? $1,600, $2,000? 24 visits a year is not enough for me, though, man, for what I do. But I'm an anomaly because I do this stuff. Coco Loco says, what seems so negative is giving people the idea of being limited to 24 visits could cut out those late night visits when attendance is low. This is the post-pandemic, well, a lot to consider. I do think, though, that there could be a level with memberships or with annual passes. Oh, Amanda K, 1313 for disinfecting your mic. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. First super chat, 46 minutes in. Look who's killing it today at work. I do believe that there could be a way, though, that with an annual pass program, whichever way that it goes, whether it's a la carte payments, for, paying for each visit, whether it's something similar we have, I do see it being possible a year out when we get back to normal, that when the park is low on attendance, that there could be a way where you could check your phone, you can make a standby reservation, and you might be able to get in that day, say after 4:00, if they haven't quite hit the numbers that they thought that they would. And let's see here. Scully Girl says, Bobby Chapstick wants max moms for controlled attendance. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Sharpie says, I don't care how many people go, just give me unfiltered access. Don't know if that's going to happen, bud. I don't know if that's going to happen. All right, let me read over here. Skipping Federalist's comments because he had to just be a jerk and call out my typo. Nikki says, bye. All right, Nikki. See ya. Six Flags has a membership where you can pay monthly. Yeah, I think those days might be gone for Disneyland. Just a thought. Ferranda says, new prediction announcement, the 20th. Tickets reservations on sale 22nd of April. Hard ticket only for now. SoCal Magical Express says the Six Flags memberships are so much better. Well, Six Flags is so much more desperate for customers. It's kind of apples and pork chops. I like the membership like gold, diamond, platinum. I understand, man. I know everybody wants it to go back to being easier. David Hollicon says $1,000 down and $50 a visit. You go twice a month, you're $2,400 for the whole year, plus food and merchandise. That's pretty pricey. Might be what they want to do, David Hollicon. They might want to price folks out. Larry says, I don't think I will buy one-day tickets. Courtney Marimont says the tickets will be crazy to get. Absolutely. So Daphne says, how could it be better when we don't know what Disney One is? Oh, talking about Six Flags being better. Yeah, I mean, Six Flags is in a way more competitive space. They're going to try to do whatever they can. In many ways, I wouldn't be surprised if the Six Flags, Knott's Berry Universal, tries to replicate the old Disneyland annual pass to take customers that don't understand why things have changed and lure them over into their parks. Disneyland losing some people could be very great growth for the other parks. He says the idea of limited just kind of makes the passes lose some of their special. Not laughing at what the future of annual passes may look like. Mikey Steen says they might even just add park tickets to DVC and have everyone enroll like DVC. I think that the Disney Vacation Club business model is probably our best guess, that if they radically change what it could be like, that would be the best guess to base it off of. Because what they're doing at Disney World just isn't really a comparable, I don't think. I mean, I hope it goes back to the way it was. The way it was awesome. I just don't see that happening. Cynthia says the only flaw with this idea is I think Disneyland makes more money off of merchandise, food, and beverages than tickets. This may cause people to visit less often and hit them deeper in the pocket. Yeah, Cynthia, I think that you and I are talking about the exact same thing. Disney is trying to figure out how to get their core customers into the park as often as possible to keep that spending going. They want to make it as cheap as possible so we keep spending But Cynthia, it's that bottleneck of keeping the attendance in a safe and manageable destination. So therefore, there has to be a price pain point somewhere to control that bottlenecking of the idea. Courtney says, dang, banned. I would have thought they'd just deny their entrance. I mean, you could get denied, Courtney, at the gate if you're from out of state. They'd be like, no, you can't come in. But if you got caught actually inside, and therefore you are risking Disney losing their operator license or them having to pay a fine, you could easily, I could see them banning you. And that would not be worth getting in earlier than to lose all of the latter. My friend Matt Melka says, hi, I'll rewatch later at the in-laws for the first time since last year. Perfect. That flows perfect. Disney has been making money for years, and they're going to continue to make money. Don't kid yourself. Disney is going to do fine. Whatever they come up with, people will be forced to buy it. They will buy it. They will get rid of lower customers that weren't making them the money or causing the problems. They will tear that off. They will sell something. Whenever the park is lower, they will then add back in SoCal Select type tickets for the future. Like, they will manage the supply and demand to make all the money that they need to make. The park, as we saw with Disneyland Forward, will continue to grow and things will keep going. West Coast Venture says new AP system. Disneyland annual membership. Surrounding OC counties. Only, yeah, it's too much. He says, okay, I'll go $250 down, $50 a visit equals $600. $600 plus $250 equals $850. $250 down, 50 visits equals $600. I lost your math, but I like that you're trying to crunch the numbers. Oh, and what part of the... All right, you guys are breaking down your own things here, and if I don't read them all, it doesn't make sense. A la carte. Mikey Stan says DVC is an existing program which saves them time as opposed to create an entirely new program. Plus, it gets people enrolled in DVC. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, DVC is its own thing. I'm just saying, if there was something comparable that the company has done before, where you are a member, I find that this could be similar to it, more similar to the DVC membership thing than the annual passes. Not saying that it won't be difficult to roll out a whole new thing. West Coast Avenger. Remember, Disneyland is Apple, Universal is Android, and Knott's is Cricket Wireless. Kendall says, hey, I just joined 1313 a couple weeks ago. Super pumped. I'm so happy to have you on board with me and the gang. Drop Dead Red says, so if we're jumping off DVC, would you pick a home park? That would be weird. Like, would anybody pick DCA over Disneyland as their home park? Let's see here. Missy Chair says, I heard if you buy a hotel stay at the Disney hotels, you will be guaranteed a ticket to park once they open. No. Disney went out of their way. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be pointing. Sorry, I shouldn't be pointing. I'm animated today. No. Disney went out of their way in saying in their big press release about reopening on the 30th that staying in a hotel would get guests that have a reservation. And they went out of their way to word it in a way where they weren't guaranteeing hotel stays would get you park visits. Now, I'm sure that would change, but for opening day, for opening weekend, the wording in there, the way I read it officially from their press release, it did not read that way. And I'll just say this. I've had cast members tell me things when I'm visiting the park. I'm like, why are you telling me this? And it's super wrong, super misinformed. For example, there was a theory that Disneyland was going to reopen on March 14th because some cast members were getting asked to go back to work and they worked in Disneyland, but it was all based on seniority. So when they were bringing people back from Touch of Disney, it didn't matter where you worked at the resort. It was just based on seniority and they were putting you inside of Touch of Disney. So cast members, God bless them. I love them. They make the magic. Not always at the level of knowing everything that's happening. And, hey, I'm just a dumb fan. So take my theories with a grain of salt, but I do pore over all of the press releases and try to get all of the information right so I don't mislead my audience. All right, let's move along. This week I put out a podcast with my good friend Jerrod, episode 59 of Disneyland For Designers. It's available wherever you podcast. It's all about Mary Blair. In the first portion of the podcast, instead of just telling you like the fun facts that everybody does, I sort of tell you more the emotional journey of Mary Blair, who's a very interesting Disneyland legend, or a Disney legend, I should say. Not only was Mary a trailblazer in the type of art that she does, and I break down to you the type of artists that get hired to do conceptual art, the people that go in first, they really are the dreamers. They're the blue sky illustration of whatever projects come. So with Mary Blair coming into a lot of projects, say like Peter Pan first, it wasn't that they ever expected that they could turn her illustrations into scenes in the movie, but they wanted to get the most optimistic vision of their project possible and then sort of retool it down into the gravity and architecture, which is making an animated film back in the 50s with all of the restrictions that they had. So that's the first part of it. It also talks about how she was a trailblazer as a woman. I purposely named the episode The Right Man for the Job, because when Mary Blair took that job, it wasn't like they were looking for a woman. It's just that she literally was the best, the most qualified. And so she fought and clawed and earned her spot at the table back at a time when diversity was not a word that people use and not a thing that human resources really gave to about. So really, really amazing trailblazer. But if you don't want to hear my take on why she's so amazing, then you can listen to my bud Jerrod Maruyama, who just had an amazing home line that he released with Disney, and you can hear a working Disney artist today break down all the influence that he's been able to take from Mary Blair over the years. So wherever you podcast, it's called Disneyland For Designers. Give it a listen. I don't handle all these subject matters with the same 10 fun facts you've probably heard your entire life. I try hard to tell the Disneyland story in a new way. And also, if you're new to the channel here, subscribe, ring the bell. We've done 3 Touch of Disney live streams so far out at the park. Every Thursday I go live for like an hour plus. This time I streamed so long that I missed my dinner. But I got a good way that all came back around for me. It actually worked out really well. A nice cast member, I explained to her what had happened. Apparently, if your Touch of Disney card has a balance less than $25 in the state of, less than $10 in the state of California, they are required to give you a cash rebate. So I still had like $9 on my card, so they had to give me cash for canceling my order. But then the nice cast member said, "Do you want cash or do you just want to eat? Because I want to feed you if you're hungry." I'm like, "I'm hungry. I just want to eat." So she took me up to the line and introduced me to a cast member and said, "Hey, Chris, this is Mark. He needs you to get him some food." And Chris just goes, "What do you want, bud? I'm ready to hook you up." So I had an amazing meal taken care of by Disney, even though the first place where I had ordered my food from decided to just randomly cancel my order. So I'll be going live there and you can see me live. And on Fridays, I drop a video that breaks down to you all the new things that have happened out at the park. I want to thank Breeze for his $5 super chat. Thanks for giving us a place to come and be friends. Thank you for being a friend. And James Nobrigia, be aware the deep state is aware of the theories espoused by Club 1313. James, I will take your super chat and I will create my new identity. I gotta get these thumbprints off. I need to be free. I need to be free of who I currently was. Throwing out my passport and burning it right after I go off this live stream. I'd also like to encourage you, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a member of club1313.com. We have an amazing community of friends that hang out in our private Discord, talk Disney all day long. Tonight, me and some of the members are doing a movie watch along. We are watching Sandlot. Random generatedly, that was picked from the Disney Plus archives. And announcement here for Club 1313 members, next Tuesday on the 13th, if it's not ticketing day, if it's not the day that tickets go on sale, next Tuesday, we will be doing an exclusive members only virtual Disneyland will be open just to members. And we will do a DCA trip and maybe more. We're just going to crush rides. It'll be during the work day. So if you're working next Tuesday and you're a Club 1313 member, you can just pop in, hang out with your buds. It's going to go for a while, and we're just going to crush virtual Disneyland and get it in there one last time. All right, friends, before I part ways, I want to look at some of these. James says the Mary Blair episode was great. I appreciate that. Let's see. Any other comments that I'm missing? The link on the website has been updated, Kindle. Just head over there, and it does work. If not, you can just DM me, and I'll make sure to get you into the Discord because I want to make sure you're hanging out with everybody. All right, friends, there you go. There were some theories on why the ticketing is taking so long. A theory on, or a conspiracy theory on why maybe a membership program versus an annual pass. It's just all things to think about, all a conversation to have while we're feeling this anxiety, to come together as a community and to really think about, why could these things be happening? Why is it taking time? Just theories, but theories to work through our anxiety and to work on them together. All right. Thank you so much for showing up to the 13th hour. I will be doing this again next Monday at the 13th hour of the day, and I will be seeing you hopefully live this Thursday out at Touch of Disney. And if you see me in the parks, make sure to always say hi. So friends, until the day that I see you virtually hacking the Matrix to buy your Disneyland tickets, or possibly join the membership program, I'll see you back here. I'll see you back here on the channel with more Disneyland news. And you know that we're just days and days away from some serious news breaking, and I will cover it. Unless Chapstick and the Disneyland cabal shuts me down. I am the wind now. I am the spirit. I am the wind that blows on the back of your neck as you walk down Main Street, USA. I am the splash of water when you go down the first hill of Pirates of the Caribbean. And I am the weird fruit or cookie in your drink at Oga's Cantina. I am one with the Disney spirits. They have taken away my identity, but they will not take away my voice. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for subscribing.